For the 6 months that I've played DVN, most of it has been spent using the assault kit. If I wasn't doing a challenge involving other kits, I was playing as the funny AK-47 guy. There was just something so fun about using an automatic rifle to shred units and bosses. But well, the anniversary update came, and I'm highly devastated with the loss of the AK, and disappointed with the new Boulder. In order to talk about what issues I find with Boulder, let's first talk about what it is in the first place. Coming from in-game itself, the Boulder upgrade gives plus 10 clip size, piercing bullets, and a bar that fills up when you deal 400 damage with the weapon. Filling up the bar gives you a detonator that blows up into 8 homing bullets that target the nearest units. Before I tear into this weapon's gameplay design, I do want to talk about how good the sound design and model weapon is. It's really satisfying to use, at least for one day, because the side effect kind of just faded away after like using it for 4 hours. But, you know, before those 4 hours, the monkey brain really released some dopamine when I shoot this gun. Very cool. So, essentially, if you pick Boulder, you get a really good mid-range automatic rifle that has 40 clip size. And there's the mechanic of the Vulture, which is you get a grenade that you have to shoot, and the bullets that come out from it insta-kill enemies, and from what I've seen, the highest amount of kills you can get from it is 5. So what's the problem with this? Well, basically everything about this weapon's mechanics and even statistics clash with other already existing items. For example, the stat upsides of this gun is literally just the harpoon gun but less damage for piercing. And as for the detonator, 1. The assault kit already has a grenade launcher, and 2. The game basically forced you to use rocket armor, which is like the king of fuck that massive group of units that should actually pose a threat. So if you choose a Boulder, you'd have 3 explosives on your inventory, and all of them can do the same thing: eliminate a group of noobs. Another problem with Boulder is just the assault rifle sucks. Ammo wise. And the gun basically forcing you to use it to actually get its benefits means ammo is going to quickly dwindle down unless you try really hard to conserve it through melee options. As for the detonator itself, the fun part of it is just looking out for any clusters of noobs and throwing it, shooting it. Not very hard to do, as the leniency for detonating the mine is overly large, so the only thing fun about this is just dopamine hit of hearing the hit sound and seeing 4 and 3 numbers under a crosshair. So many other options out there can do this, with the added satisfaction of not feeling like your hand was held throughout the entire process. So let's stop some. There's the grenade launcher, grenadier choice, etc. There's a lot of explosives in the game. But what really sucks about this gun is what it replaced. What was once a staple of the 24/7 assault mains is now replaced for a gimmick, and the assault kit lost a lot of its charms. Don't underestimate what 0.3 spread reduction can do for a weapon, because it honestly changes a lot for the assault kit. The anti-flash rifle fixes 2 of the biggest problems with assault, that being long range options and also ammo efficiency. When you're using an assault rifle, you're basically forced to wait until the enemies get close enough to you where the spread won't make you miss bullets, because the assault rifle is really expensive in terms of ammo. 0.1% per bullet, which deals 18 damage. To put that into perspective, the sniper rifle does 115 damage with only 0.3 ammo, assuming you hit the headshot of course. Scout can compensate for using so much ammo because it's the best kit in the game, but assault? There's really anything you can do to compensate except for using melees. How does anti-flash rifle help with this? Well, 1, you miss less bullets because less spread, and 2, there are times in this game where you're forced to use the assault rifle or else you'll get overwhelmed. A prime example of this are engineers. If they set up away from your spot, then unless you have insanely precise targeting, then you'll have to waste a lot of ammo hitting only 50% or so of your shots. Also, let's get back to the first point. Less spread obviously increases range, but it also helps with shielders when you're forced to shoot them down because you had a momentary skill issue, and more importantly, it opens up your options to allow you to use third person no shift lock. Which is powerful because it increases ammo efficiency, because tracking is so much easier compared to first person shooting, so not only are you increasing the damage output, but also the amount of bullets that land on your foes. Anti-flash rifle also solved the problem of assault just not having good long range options. Sure, you could buy a sniper rifle, but first off, that's really expensive, so this isn't that good unless you're ready to just rock with the default assault rifle. And also, like, at that point, you could just play Recon. I mean, it also has a better close-range assault rifle anyway. We picked Assault to use an assault rifle, not a sniper rifle. If you're asking if this really matters, you know, having long-range options, well, there's a lot more options that open up when you have long-range options. More spots you can stand on, more angles you can take to shoot down a unit, engineer more capacity to defend a spot even if you're away from them. There's really a lot of times in this game where you'll find yourself wishing you had something for far away units. And that's primarily why I never really use the harpoon gun, and unless it's like Mansion or Coastal. So basically, the anti-flash rifle lets you use your assault rifle in more situations because it not only improves mid-range but also long-range. Plus, another benefit of just having more accuracy is being a lot more consistent in mid-range, you know, through being able to use third-person no shift lock. There's also a lot of niche stuff that accuracy helps with, like, for example, shielders and just units bouncing walls. Accuracy just affects a rifle a lot, and it sucks that it's gone, man. But the other thing about the removal of anti-flash rifle is, it breaks a concept that the game dev has been upholding for a very long time, even before I started playing. Most upgrades in this game follow the pattern of, do I want to reduce the weakness of the gun, strengthening it while also keeping the usage of the gun mostly the same, or do I want it to be able to do something else in exchange? Here's some examples. For the shotgun, you can either retain the main uses of the shotgun and make it stronger so it's more consistent because of its added effective range and slightly higher damage, plus the added benefit of helping with sustainability, which is an issue while in close range. Or do you want to increase your speed to compensate for your short range by running close to your foes while being able to escape sticky situations easier? Some might say that in both cases the way you use the shotguns is the same because you're still using a shotgun, but the ramifications of the increased movement speed completely changed your playstyle. The whole sweeper stat upside just improved upon the shotgun, making it more reliable and usable. While sure, the sprinter could do the same thing as the base shotgun, but that's sort of secondary to your new ability to just run and gun and maneuver the map easier. Here's another example of this concept, the sniper rifle. Do you want to fix your weakness of not being able to deal with large crowds easily, while also increasing your clip size to be able to snipe longer? Or do you want to double down on single unit elimination and have the added ability of damaging vehicles, which removes the need for explosives in exchange for being forced to scope in all the time and also no headshots? And the assault rifle also had this concept before the update. You picked the option that allows you to go ham and make the assault rifle your main weapon, giving it a higher range and also making its mid-range a lot more reliable, or you pick the option that lets you shred bosses and any units close enough to you while also synergistically working with the melees in exchange for ammo conservation and also shortening your effective range. Now with Boulder has replaced anti-fresh rifle, there's now an inconsistency in the upgrade options. There's no upgrade that covers the weakness of the assault rifle. Both upgrades just do something else. Both upgrades just do gimmicks. You could say who cares about an arbitrary pattern in the upgrades of the items in the game, and well, my response to that is, first off, it isn't arbitrary, there's a reason for it, and second is that the reason why there's always an upgrade that's just a direct upgrade and doesn't allow a gun to do something else is because some people just find it more enjoyable to use a better version of a gun instead of a gun that has an additional gimmick. A good example to help you understand this is the shotgun. Some people just want a burst damage, center of mass aim weapon, and that's why some people prefer Hull Sweeper instead of Sprinter Streak, because they prefer the increase in the situations where they can use the gun this way instead of turning their playstyle into a movement based one because of the increased speed, and also having to deal with the increased movement speed, you know, every single time while you're trying to, stay in one spot, adjust to it. It's a bit off-putting, honestly. Same way that having to stop what you're doing to set up a detonator throw sucks because it breaks space and you're forced to stay in first person for 5 seconds, which isn't that bad really. I might be a bit exaggerating that, but if you look at every other DVN solo that doesn't use recon, you'll see that they never really use the first person perspective because it's worse in every major way. Less spatial awareness, worse aiming, and less things that you can see quickly. The only reason why Recon uses first person is because you can't really scope in third person, and the sniper rifles don't have crosshairs. Whew. And that's the video done. Man, this video took way longer than it should have. I thought I could like release this like very early on, in very early on, so like maybe I could convince Sensei to, you know, just bring back anti-flesh. But past this point, that's probably bordering on just dreamland stuff. It's like wishful thinking, yeah. But I made this video because this game's just becoming more and more hollow to me, honestly. Each new update really makes this game less and less special in my heart. From a game that I would play every day, put in an embarrassing amount of hours into, finding new little things about it just to increase my chances of winning, just shilling it to everyone I meet, to just a casual wave-based shooter with a lot of mechanics that you can play with for a short period of time and then get bored of. So, honestly, I've stopped playing this game, honestly. But, I don't know. Might just be, you know, might just be spite. Might just be bitterness, the reason why I don't want to play this game anymore. But, not really. I still find this game a bit enjoyable, you know, playing as a sniper because the assault kind of just, the assault's gone, man. It's gone. It ain't coming back. But, well, that's just my viewpoint, and nobody probably shares the same one. Sucks. But I'm content with that. Even if the game gets contorted into the opposite of what I want, I can just move on, and maybe someone else will like them. Good for them, I guess. But yeah, good for them. Well, this has been Bloopy signing off.